Welcome back to another episode of Detonation. Today I have a very special guest all the way from Russia, but I think you're in London, right? It's Natalia Kapchuk.
Yes, correct. Hello. Actually, currently I'm in Moscow. I came here for Cost Moscow International Art Fair, so I'm here for 2 days. And tomorrow I'm flying back to London. That's where I'm based now.
Yeah, you're between London, Dubai, and Moscow all the time, right?
Yes, and around the world.
Yeah, and you know what? It's good when people go around the world, someone like yourself, because you get a really good perception of how the world is, how it functions. And, you know, from the aircraft, you can see, you know, how small we are as a reality and get a really good vision of things. And I like that. And it broadens the mind, broadens perspectives over different cultures and different language groups, different, you know, breaking down barriers. Travel is very good for the mind. And if you're a cross-country hopper like yourself, I'll invest a lot of trust in you to know, you know, what's happening in the world. So it's very nice to have you on Detonation.
Thank you.
So tell us,
My pleasure.
So tell us a little about yourself. Just give us a brief, like, who, what, when, where, why.
So my mom is an artist. So from my early age, I've been involved into art. I started with sculpting. I was doing small sculptures from clay, and I was making my own money since I was a child. And then I studied art, and now I'm continuing doing it. So, and it's my biggest passion. And I try to use also my voice and to help to save the world, because ecological problems and environmental issues is my biggest concern. And now I'm working on a series of artworks called The Lost Planet, and it's related to our planet and what's happening nowadays in the world, and especially plastic abuse is my biggest concern.
Yeah, we talk
so
about.
I'm trying to draw attention to that.
Yeah, this show is all about solving global issues. We sit here solving global issues all day long. So it's a policy wonk show. So you've come to the right show to talk about solving global issues. You're an artist and an art ambassador for the Parliamentary Society of Arts, Fashion and Sports. You've done a lot more. Your resume is a lot more large than that, but that's what we're going to focus on here. Yeah. So you're saying your mother inspired you to become an artist. Was there anything else that sort of spurred your interest?
Yes, exactly. So she was a great influencer, and she still supports me so much. Now she teaches kids art and sculpting, and she helps me a lot, actually. Yeah.
So you're an eco-activist. Could you describe in more detail what how you position yourself as an eco-activist as an art statement?
Yes, I work with a few organizations that saves the oceans and clean the oceans from plastic, because as you know, the Pacific garbage patch is like so huge. It's 1.6 million kilometers long, and it's filled with plastic, and 94% is microplastic, which is just it's impossible. It's everywhere. It's inside the fish, turtles, birds, they eat it, and to clean it up, it's becoming a really big problem. And hopefully with my art, I'm trying to show the world that this problem is very big, and we should start with ourselves. And I think we should stop using single-use plastic, which is in our daily environment, because only 9% of plastic is recycled nowadays, and the rest, it just lands up in the oceans.
Yeah, and it's a serious issue, this garbage-specific patch that you're talking about, and also there's other forms of ocean pollution, you know, such as Fukushima, which leaked radiation into the ocean. But you know, like this. Yeah. I know you studied geopolitics, and that's what I did as well. I mean, that's a fascinating topic. And you know, there's issues that people don't see, like China in our country, in Australia, it's not buying garbage anymore. It used to buy up global garbage. And now, because of trade wars and because of overcapacity and stuff, it's not buying it up. Mm-hmm. And they're running out of space and land to put it. So where do they put it? Where it's cheap and easy. You dump it in the ocean.
Yeah. So yeah, we have to do something and recycle. We should stop producing things. We have to start recycling finally.
Absolutely, and there's people, you know, other famous people like yourself who've gone to the United Nations who are trying to voice these concerns, but it seems a bit hard sometimes with a society.
Yeah, I'm going, yeah, to New York on 22nd of September. It will be a general assembly about climate change, and so there is a nice events I'm going to attend. There is a lot going on, and
I wish you all the best with that. That sounds very, very good. So could you tell us more about your new series of works called The Lost Planet? I mean, this sounds extremely fascinating.
so yeah, I work in a mixed media technique because I couldn't decide which style I like, because I would like to use oil, I like to use acrylics, I like to use many different materials. So this series is dedicated to our planet, and it's called The Lost Planet. And I play on a contrary. Half of my artworks, yes, it shows the beauty of our planet, how it is. So this is Americas, as you can see. And I do like different parts of the world, different continents. One artwork is the Maldives with the coral reefs that are bleaching now. The other artwork is the mountains, the rocks. Then I don't know what else do you have here to show.
I have one other. I have this one here.
Yeah, this is Planet Made of Gold. Here I use gold leaf. I use colored cement, and I use diamond dust on top. So it's very like shiny and sparkling. And so this is the planet how it is now and what we have to preserve and save. So maybe we're not going to see it in 10 years. It will be completely different, because now the planet is still function and still okay. And this is, I think, the last opportunity and chance to do something, because maybe in 10 years it will be too late. And so that's why my other works which I'm creating now, they're made of plastic, single-use plastic, and made of resin. So to show what's going to happen to our planet if we continue the same way.
And you know, you're a traveler, and that's why I mentioned this at the start, because when you travel a lot, you realize how small we are as a planet, and you know, you realize the distance is not that large, you know. So that's
it's not. The world is so small. Like I travel so much, but what I can see wherever I go, I land up on like some deserted beaches, and I find plastic everywhere. I was in a beautiful beach in Turkey, and I went on a jet ski around to discover some rocks, and then I saw some beautiful beach, and it was filled with plastic. So then I came there with a few empty bags, and I just filled. I brought a couple of people with me, and we just collected all the plastic. But this is just one of the examples. But this is there is thousands or hundreds of beaches like that in the world.
Yeah,
and it's really devastating.
And you know, plastic begins with oil, and you know, there's oil spills as well all around the world, from Alaska to the BP oil spill that Obama had to deal with in the Gulf of Mexico. So, and you know, so these two, oil and plastic, these are the two real big problems, and
they're related, yeah,
interrelated.
But now I think there is so much more problems in the world. If you look at the Amazon fires, and the fires in the Indonesia and Siberia. So we're burning the lungs of our planet. So soon there will be no clean air, and so many people are dying from air pollution. This is another big problem.
Absolutely. So I know you're an art ambassador of the Parliamentary Society of Arts, Fashion and Sports in the United Kingdom. This place here behind me, you know. You were gifted by official certificates of appointments. Among them were Dame Vivienne Westwood, Ivan Dehan, Joshua Kane, actors Mike Beckingham and Kiara Chaplin, as well as some socialists at the Royal Opera House, Fernando Monteiro. Can you tell us more about your activities there? That sounds super exciting.
Yes, I had an honor to be inaugurated as an ambassador of arts, in my case, in this society. So we gather together and Westminster Palace with other activists and other ambassadors, and we talk about the issues in this spheres. In my case, it's art, and there is so many problems that the young artists are facing nowadays, and it's so difficult to get through it when you're an artist. Like as we know, for example, to become a famous artist, you have to die. So we have to change that.
Yeah. That's very funny. I like that. Well, you hopefully you won't have to die. I think you've already gone over that edge, right?
I want to. Yes, I want to leave my footprint, and I want to do something with my art once I'm here on this planet.
Yeah, and we talk all the time on this show about health, longevity technologies, and all that other stuff, and to enhance human life. And one of the big problems is that that we do die, and so that therefore a lot of the issues are compounded because people will say, don't worry, I won't be around to see it, and that sort of attitude is a bad attitude. So, and one way we can live is through our art, so. That's really amazing. So this is Royal House at the Opera House. It sounds fantastic. I'm so glad you got to experience that. So that's really, really exciting. So in your